They're 9 of 20 inside the arc. And Dynamo Kursk have been sort of flat by comparison. Prague, the sense of urgency is there, isn't it?
Yeah,
look at the rebounds.
Exactly. I don't think there's an issue in percentage of the shooting. It's just the style of the game. USK plays what they played whole season. Aggressive defense, quick run, and I think Dynamo Kursk needs to really improve transition defense, because right now that's definitely X factor of this stage of the game.
Hands it off to Stewart. Now Cruz drives in, bounce pass to Howard, hangs in the air. Harrison with the rebound. Oblak. Oh, may have gotten away with a push there with their left elbow. Left forearm. Thomas to Harrison. Going to go right at. Nope, she's going to give it back to Thomas. They're going to share it. They're going to say 3 seconds.
Yeah, you would almost think that they will be in the 10s in the three-point area.
Possibly a little unlucky, I thought. I mean, I was thinking as well, they got to hurry up, but referee said he counted the 3 seconds.
1, 2. Yeah, it was a tough call, but great cooperation between these two bigs.
Petrovic goes in, puts up a tough shot, scores over Hanushova. Thomas again takes a difficult, I'll tell you what, that's where she thrives, isn't it? Going to the basket. She's made 3 tough shots.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the stats, how many fast breaks USK Prague has run so far in this game. Oh,
Petrovic starting to heat up with the jump shot. Called her the X factor, and that's what it's proving to be, really. Now the ball just thrown out of bounds. Unnecessary turnover.
Yeah, that's a miscommunication between between Thea Oblak and Valerine Ayayi.
Stewart has it taken away by Thomas. And again, she's off to the races. Look at her. This time she's not successful, and Hanushova reaches in and commits a foul, and that is a missed opportunity for Prague.
It has been a great defensive position of Lisa Thomas, knowing exactly where Brianna Stewart's going to go.
Petrovic, another one. Well, it's been her quarter for Dynamo Kursk. And that forces Hakova to call timeout.
Yeah, Sonja Petrovic definitely needs to play this game, and I'm waiting for one of the backcourt players as well to step up, because it can't be just a game of Sonja Petrovic and Brianna Stewart, especially when they're in the foul troubles. So Sonja Petrovic 10, Brianna Stewart 11 so far.
They almost had a chance to have 10 points off turnovers, and that was the frustrating part.
USK Prague's strategy is to deflect the ball, to slow down the opposition, to steal the ball and force them to the bad shots and run fast break. And here is the stats I was calling for earlier. 10 points from the fast breaks for USK Prague against 0 from Dynamo Kursk. What I say, USK Prague just plays their game. Dynamo Kursk can't find the rhythm exactly what they want to play, because they again relying on Brianna Stewart.
How does this work? Now, you got Mondelo talking in Spanish. He's got a translator. Now, is the translator translating in English or Russian?
That's a good question.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of a tough one.
I would have thought to English, because that's kind of basketball language these days. So I would have said, but who knows?
So back to live action here. Thomas fouled as she gets in the paint.
I'll have to see USK Prague isolating Alyssa Thomas under the basket, then just, you know, let her play post up. Now we could see Isabel Harrison was just cutting through. Not sure if she didn't bring her defender there a little bit, but
I remember once watching, I think it was the London Olympics, and Marc Gasol got into foul trouble. He got 3 fouls, and before he could get out of the game, he picked up a 4th. And basically, I think he ended up not fouling out of the game, in fact, and he played in the second half. But still, they're running a real risk here with Stewart out there with 3 fouls.
Yeah, but at the same time, we know this Final Four is just 2 games, you know, and I'm pretty sure Lucas Mandela wants to go to the finals. So we have to respect his decision.
Another turnover. Thomas drives in. Harrison with the rebound, puts it up. That's her value, isn't it? She's really aggressive on those boards.
And she knows where to be in the right time as well, I would say. And she's showing it.
A moving pick called on Howard. And another foul and another turnover. And in all honesty, Dynamo Moscow perhaps fortunate to only be down by 4 points, because they have not had one of their better halves of basketball. Hanusheva drives in. Good D by Stewart. Petrovic pulls it up and knocks in another one.
Sonja Petrovic doesn't want to miss this opportunity to get to the finals.
Well, she has got now a team high 12 points. In fact, she's got a game high 12 points.
And look at her percentage. That's just amazing.
Oblak misses and Vidmar with the rebound. Cruz goes behind her back to get away from Oblak. Howard for 3. Go! And Dynamo, who's concerned? They're back in front now. No panic. 9 points for Howard. So it's Howard, Petrovic, and Stewart doing the damage from a point standpoint. Now Ayayi for 3. That was way too long, but look at Harrison sneak in there. Almost come up with the offensive rebound, but Dynamo Kursk gets it. And another jump shot falls. And I'll tell you what, Petrovic has just owned this quarter now, 14 points.
Also, then this was nice close out from Alena Hanusheva. Come on, when you're closing out Sonja Petrovic, you need to be ready.
Oh, nice pass. Beautiful play.
Points from Alyssa Thomas. 44%.
Stewart for 3. And that's why you keep her out there, even with the 3 fouls.
She has experiences. She's experienced to not commit that 4th foul, but you never know, as you mentioned earlier. And so far, Dynamo Kursk shoots like 4 out of 7 from.
Hanusheva drives in and draws the foul. She will go to the line.
And again, it's a quick transition offense, Jeff. I didn't see really play USK Prague longer than 20 seconds, longer than 15 seconds. They just go and try to find that little hole, or let's say.
I think they probably called it on Cruz. It looked like she fouled her, and if indeed that is on Cruz, she now has 3 fouls.
Now it's time for Marta Shargai to show us why she belongs into a Spanish national team, almost superstars. Great deflection again from Ayayi.
Prince in the paint, puts it up and in. Boy, that was a tough shot.
Isolation of Alyssa Thomas.
Steps in front of Petrovic now in the final minute. Howard goes to work.
That's an excellent move from a post to play her defender. Another educational moment.
I don't think the foul was on Cruz, in fact, so she might have gotten lucky on that one.
Yep.
just with 2. Now Thomas, 10 on the shot clock. Harrison and Jargai go down. Now Harrison has it. She goes up. She was looking for contact. She got it. But now it's Dynamo with a 5-point lead. They've really finished this second quarter strong. Prince, a little bit of room, puts it up, and it rims out. So a little bit of a reprieve there at the end for Prague, who did so well. And I'm pretty sure the Hegeva is going to be a little bit frustrated by the end of that first half. I mean, for all intents and purposes, really, she must be thinking we should be in the lead. And instead, they trail by 5 points.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because Dynamo Kursk is killing it from the arc so far, shooting 66%, 4 out of 6, and seemed like USK Prague the players didn't really realize that Dynamo Kursk is really dangerous from that distance. So I'm pretty sure there's been talks from both coaches in the locker rooms.
Okay, so if you're Prague, maybe something that will happen. You'll make some threes in the second half, and that'll help you. But at the end of the day, Kursk with those 43 points. Prague had done a really good job on the boards, but Kursk getting a few more opportunities late, a few more offensive rebounds. And, I mean, I think probably Kursk, I don't want to say they played terrible, but they played not very well in that first half. Certainly not up to their potential.
Yeah,
and yet they still lead by 5.
Yeah, I can only agree. I think Dynamo Kursk just needs to really improve that transition defense, and it will be a comfortable win for them. But on the other hand, USK Prague didn't hit any long-range shots yet. I haven't seen really Katarzyna Alhotova shooting from the arc. That's her strength as well. But unfortunately, she's right now on the bench on the foul troubles as well. So I think we have had a really interesting second half to see what strategies each coach is going to apply into that second half to grab the win and go into finals.
Well, I think Prague did what they needed to do. The only thing they didn't do is put the ball in the basket and maybe got into a little bit of a rush a couple of times. To me, it looked like at times Dynamo Kursk were flat, and I would expect to see them come out breathing fire in the second half. I'm pretty sure Mandela is going to tear into them and say, listen, do you guys want to play in the final or not?
Yeah, absolutely. And at the moment, it seems like USK Prague wants to play the finals more than Dynamo Kursk. So we'll see, really. But that has been a great recognition in the transition offense from USK Prague, and really exciting half ahead.
Howard came in. She's been very active herself.
11 points, shooting 66 from 2, 50% from 3, but with more 3 assists as well as 2 rebounds.
She's put it up 8 times. The same as Petrovic, and so it really is the case of a 3-headed monster for Dynamo Kursk, with Petrovic having scored the 14, Stewart the 14, and Howard the 11. So that's 39 of their 43 points scored by that trio. And for Prague, really, Thomas, everything that she's gotten has been going to the basket and generally on fast breaks or drives. And she missed a couple as well late. You know, you think that for them to have any chance, she's going to have to be maybe even more influential. Even so, that being said, she still does have 10 points, so she's kind of on course to score what her average would be, just over 17 points a game.
Yeah, but what we said before the game is that USK Prague, I've never seen them play as team as they play this season, and these stats just confirms that. That Alicia Thomas had 10 points, but there has been Valerie Ayayi, who has been great defensively so far as well. helping USK Prague to those deflections and stealing the balls to allow them 12 points from fast breaks. So we can see the difference between both teams, that Dynamo Kursk is relying on Brianna Stewart, maybe Sonja Petrovic, and maybe whoever is going to step up, which was Howard at the moment. The only 3 players basically contributed point-wise and danger-wise on the court so far. No backcourt players visible in this game, and I would expect them to a little bit show up more in the second half. On the other hand, USK Prague, they, as you already mentioned earlier, they do what they do the best. They run the floor. They do play aggressive defense, and they run the floor. And now they need to add a couple shots from outside as well to support this great offensive transition. And it could be a really interesting game. As we said, it's the most balanced semi-final we will see today. So I think there's loads to look forward to.
What do you think about Leticia Romero not even getting any minutes? Interesting. I mean, Oblak has done a good job. Don't get me wrong. She hasn't scored from the field, Oblak, but she's been able to get to the line. And it's just interesting that a talent, you would think, like Romero would be able to come out and contribute.
I think, as you mentioned, Thea Oblak plays great games so far. She's been dangerous herself as she's been distributing the ball to her teammates and really controlling the rhythm of the game offensively. So I don't think Natalia Hejkova has any reason to take her off. She's not in a foul troubles or anything, and we know that the game looks like the point guard's place. So I wouldn't really expect her to get off unless she runs out of the gas. So at the moment, I think Leticia Romero should take this as a great learning experience to kind of absorb the atmosphere, and you know, who knows, maybe next couple of years she's going to be in a position of Thea Oblak. So I would say, yeah, that's a coach's decision, and then this is the top you can have in whole season, and there's no really space to just, okay, go and grab some experience, you know.
I also wonder if, yeah, and I agree with everything you said there, but you could also, you do wonder also that maybe Hejkova says, well, gosh, you know, if anybody knows how to play against a player like Romero, it's Mandela, who's coached her, you know, with that national team. But I think it's probably more to do with what you say. It's like, you want Oblak out there as long as she can, because you can see she's really making good decisions for the most part.
Yep.
And
she does control the rhythm of the USK Prague game, and I don't see any reason why, unless she runs out of gas, Natalia Hejkova would take her off. So I can expect maybe 40 minutes from her in today's game, unless she won't commit some quick early fouls to get her into trouble. So I think Leticia Romero, not putting her qualities down, but this is probably her learning experience more than you know, shining experience. So yeah, I absolutely agree. And point guards are so important for every team, because they do set the rhythm of the game, they do control the tempo, they do distribute the ball, and we always say it's the right hand of the coach. So I'm pretty sure Natalia Hejkova is happy with Thea Oblak so far.
Well, on the other side, I mean, I felt like coming into this game that Dynamo Kursk were prohibitive favorites. So if you want to draw the positives for Prague, you're only down 5, you know, and if you come out and you get after Dynamo Kursk, shorten the game. It's no longer a 40-minute game. Now it's a 20-minute game. You come out, you know, you stay within striking distance, and then anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely, anything can happen. And I think the USK Prague showing us a quite impressive performance so far. Just hit a couple of long-distance shots, and I'm pretty sure they'll be in game completely different way. But on the other hand, we know that Dynamo Kursk has some gaps to improve as well, quite massive ones. So there's no doubt that Lucas Mondelo would let that all out in the second half. So I think we will see pretty different team of Dynamo Kursk in the second half that we've seen so far. I kind of felt they really lost it. They haven't found the rhythm yet, which they want to have in this Final Four tournament.
43-38 is the lead here at halftime for Dynamo Kursk over USK Prague. And been a very interesting, entertaining game. Certainly a lot of talking points. We've talked about especially how this Dynamo Kursk team, so talented, yet they get the bulk of their scoring, at least from Brianna Stewart and from Howard and from Petrovic in this game. You know, scoring 39 of their 43 points. And for Prague, they've had the right approach to the game defensively. They've done a good job on the boards. They've actually out-rebounded Dynamo Kursk by 1. But what they haven't been able to do is put the ball in the basket out on the perimeter. But even so, you know, they've done okay. They've been able to hang in there, get some transition buckets, hit some free throws, and really it's a 20-minute game. So it's 43-38, Dynamo Kursk on top of Prague at halftime, and I think I even let it slip a couple of times, Dynamo Moscow a couple of times instead of Dynamo Kursk. So if that was the case, I apologize. I was worried I might do that before the game. But just so you know, Kursk is south of Moscow, and I've never taken the train, but apparently it's what, about several hours on the train?
Definitely several hours through the rough Russian nature.
You played?
I played in Krasnoyarsk personally, and I remember we traveled for Yekaterinburg game 2 days by train, and that was the hell of the experience.
2 days to play 40 minutes.
Yes,
well,
because there's been only 2 flights per week, so it wasn't worth to wait those 2. You know, it wasn't good timing of the flights.
Well, if you were going to travel that far, take that long to get there, you would probably want to play overtime, wouldn't you? Otherwise,
I think you want to stay for at least a week and not run straight away to catch the train back after the game. Yeah, exactly.
But Dynamo Kursk, I'd be surprised if they didn't come out breathing fire here in the second half. You don't go through an entire season of the EuroLeague Women only and have the type of season racking up as many wins as they have, only to then lose in the semifinals. I mean, talk about letting the air out of the balloon. That would be that would probably have consequences.
Yeah, that would be a tough one, definitely. But we know that Dynamo Kursk is the team who is able to manage our close games and bring them to the winning end. So I really, really can't wait to see what face they're going to show us in this second half. If they're going to keep struggling a little bit with the foul troubles, or they're going to start to use a little bit the the backcourt players needs to step up a little bit and just relieve the pressure of the Brianna Stewart shoulders and Sonja Petrovic. But if you look at Sonja Petrovic's face and performance, you know that she's not going to give it for free. She's going to definitely play the game today.
There's Lucas Mondello, and his Dynamo Kursk team is up by 5 points at halftime. And Sopron, of course, here for the fans of Sopron who got to watch the Final Four last year and watch their team make it all the way to the final before losing to UNC Katrinburg. Those two teams are actually going to play in the second semifinal. That'll come up next, but it's been a full house already, almost a full house for this one. So the second half underway here in Sopron. Dynamo Kursk coming out and putting the early D, Howard, knocking the ball out of bounds. Played her college basketball at Florida State. Yayi gets it down low, and that's an opportunity that they will regret not cashing in on.
Yeah, we see Katarzyna Hotova back on the court for USK Prague. Anna Cruz back on the court for Dynamo Kursk.
Prince gets it back to Stewart, who has the 3 fouls from the first half. She played a lot of the first half with 3 fouls, in fact. Now Petrovic over to Stewart. Difficult shot, even that's a tough shot for a player like Brianna Stewart. So good job defensively that time by Prague. Oblak gets in the lane and passes it back to Thomas. Thomas spins, gets in, good D from behind from Howard. The block and takes it away, and now drives in and blocked by Rejai.
That was almost like Natasha, pardon. She didn't even want to go, but she was like, okay, if you give me a line to the basket, I'm going to take it. And here's that massive block of Natasha Howard, yes.
So Howard. What she did so well at the other end was she got the block and didn't just, and then was able to run. Sometimes you get the block, it goes out of bounds, but she's come out and made a play here at the start of the second half on both ends of the floor. Biggest lead of the game now for Dynamo Kursk. In it goes to Thomas, and good block from Howard.
And it's quite good strategy from coach Lucas Mondello, because so far USK Prague is struggling from the long shot, and maybe not.
Well, that's the first one. It took a while.
And that's what always happens when you say they struggle from some position, they're gonna hit that shot, and that's Katarzyna Hotova. And that's what I talked about. They needed her in the court to hit some of the long distance range shots.
And now almost a turnover. In fact, it is. Good D from Thomas, forcing the over and back on Brianna Stewart.
If I come back to that, oh, this is that, yeah. Yeah, that's a great call from refs.
Was indeed. And that was the 3 from Hotova. They could certainly do with some more of those.
And now it makes the Dynamo Kursk players to get a little bit...
They've got to put it up quickly. The shot clock about to expire. And took a little bit too much time.
Now that long distance shot should bring the defensive players of Dynamo Kursk out of that paint a little bit to open up for those penetrations.
Howard over to Cruz. Prince bulls her way down. Howard, excellent hustle, chasing it down. Over the Cruz.
Great ball move.
And here's Prince again, and Stewart had good position. And I tell you what, Thomas snuck in there, a little bit of contact. Stewart falls out of bounds. Hasn't been easy for Stewart today, that's for sure.
No, I was
in and around the paint anyway.
Yeah, she does a great job physically on Brianna Stewart for sure.
The player has been excellent so far in the second half has been Howard for Dynamo Kursk. And now the quick pass to Rejan, back to Thomas, a little give and go action. Howard with the rebound, brings it up. She might go all the way here. And she does indeed go in, and I tell you what, that is tough to defend. Rejan, I think, moving her feet.
To be honest, Natasha Howard has used her more athleticism than Maria Rejan. She's tall, she's slower on her feet, and Natasha Howard just got under her feet and just made her move and attack the basket. Great recognition.
She's kind of taken over the game right now.
Yeah, I kind of feel the role has swapped a little bit, because right now we see Dynamo Kursk to run the floor, play great defense and run the quick breaks. So now it's up to USK Prague to start that transition offense.
Hotova pulls up and misses a short one off the glass. Now Prince cuts back into the middle. Boy, she can't get it to fall, can she? Howard, though, with the rebound. Over to Petrovic, wide open 3, doesn't fall. And good fortune there for Prague. And Thomas might have got away with a barge.
Yeah.
And I think Mondella's right to complain about that one. Now Howard drives in, scores. Oh no, she missed it, but Stewie there with the putback.
It's a bit mess right now on the court. USK Prague needs to organize right now and make sure they score some prepared basket.
They desperately need a Yayi to make a shot from outside. Here's Thomas going in, puts it up, and still will not fall. Incredibly.
Right now, Dynamo Kursk is in control of these couple minutes of the second half. They're controlling the rhythm, running the floor, slowing it down, preparing their offense.
Now Prince, a good D from Thomas. Oh, boy, what a bad play by Rezan with 1 second on the shot clock and fouling Stewart, who, okay, she can hit a three-pointer even in that situation, but goodness me. You've played good defense to that point, and then this is what happens. She just couldn't stop, could she?
That's almost even intentional because she didn't even go for the ball.
But how is... Oh, I thought that was going to be the miss.
No, you don't want to foul like 1 second to the shot clock and give Brianna Stewart 3 free throws.
So 3 free throws for Stewart, and at least she doesn't cash in on the first one if you're a Prague fan. Two out of 3 for Stewart. Now Elhotova gets it to go. I think she knows it's go time, doesn't she?
Yeah, and you know, Dynamo Kursk needs to be now aware because once Katarzyna Elhotova gets hot, she can really be hot and change the rhythm of the game. So I think right now she's telling us message, no, I'm not going to give up this game.
Howard over to Petrovic. Good D by Harrison. Harrison slides in front, forces a turnover. Great defense by Harrison. Been impressed by her tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see Harrison a little bit more athletic, obviously, than Maria Rezan. And I think it works in this game for quite athletic Dynamo Kursk players.
Well, good hands that time by Jargai to prevent the shot from Elhotova. Oblak.
Beautiful.
Bounce pass, well read by guess who? Howard. And now an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Thomas.
That's been great defense from Marta Jargai on Katarzyna Elhotova. Now they know each other really well from all the big tournaments.
Okay, watch this. So that was good play by Oblak.
I think that one was, yeah. First, second, no?
I mean, the referee's got a better angle. She was definitely, she didn't come close to hitting the ball, but didn't think it was maybe not intentional. Anyway, Romero has checked into the game. Maybe she's going to be the secret weapon here in the second half.
I think Natalia Hejkova wants to change the rhythm of the game a little bit because, as I mentioned when we spoke about why Leticia Romero is mostly on the bench in this game, as I said that the game looks like the point guard's game, I think that's what Natalia Hejkova is now trying to do in this 10 points margin.
So a 10-point lead, and Petrovic. Brianna Stewart for 3, nope. Harrison boxing out. Tell you what, she's the daughter of a former NFL defensive end. So there's no doubt she's got some toughness that's been passed down to those genes. But a turnover by Romero. And back to Stewart. And Stewart goes up for the layup. Good bounce pass.
It's a great simple pick and roll. No help side from the weak side. No one on a split line. Great play.
Quick pass to Harrison. She's going to put it up from the line. And Hejkova is going to call or ask for a timeout on the next dead ball.
critical part of the game for USK Prague, being down by 12. We always say third quarter is one of the most important in the game. How are you stepping off on the
that
court?
first 5 minutes, you say, really, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see that just confirms the words, because right now Dynamo Kursk has stepped out more concentrated, with more effort
It's
in the
interesting
game.
because, yeah, they started well, and you know, Elhotova hit that 3 to get it back to 4 points.
Yeah, but we didn't see them. Yeah, here we see some stats.
Just that 1-3, but the good news, at least for Prague, is that Dynamo haven't added the 3-point tally, 3-pointers.
Yeah, but look at this difference. Fast break points 12 to 9. USK Prague didn't really add anything to it, and Dynamo Kursk has added 6 points from fast break so far in these minutes of the second half. And I think that's the difference. When you mentioned before, you would have expected that the long distance shots is going to help USK Prague, but I think what is different is that Dynamo Kursk starts to run the floor as well. So the first half they've been off the rhythm, and now they do play a good defense and run down the floor.
Petrovic really kind of like, I would maybe go so far as to say rescued her team in the second quarter, Kursk, but in this third quarter, for me, the real difference has been Howard.
Absolutely.
Now here's Jargai called for the foul on Elhotova. I mean, Howard's been the best player on the floor.
Yeah, I can only agree, and it wasn't on the defensive half, it was also on the offensive half, so both ends. She's been great this third quarter.
Romero looking to make her mark, gets it to Elhotova. Hanusheva pulls up, and good shot, but Petrovic with the rebound. Hanusheva had the look. Now Petrovic drives in again and gets her own, rebounds her own miss.
Another possession after offensive rebound.
Oh, Jargai made 6 steps there, and she must have pulled up and gets the shooters rattling in. The shooters rattle.
And she needs these 2 points. She needs to get back to good game.
Elhotova misses there for the putback. Is Romero. Her first 2 points.
A great effort rewarded by great 2 points.
Shot, and what a finish. And Petrovic says, okay, I'm going to jump back into the spotlight or the limelight here.
Wow.
And gets a 3-point play opportunity.
I think she was shooting already being on a kind of vertical position. Wow, horizontal, pardon.
Substitution for Kursk in the game, Tatiana Wittmann and Epiphany Prince.
Look at this, Petrovic. Man, honestly, not that much wrong by Hanusheva there. She might have reached out and...
Yeah, that's true, but experienced players using the body of the defender to show that they have been fouled. You know, just getting to contact enough, and there's been great demonstration of experienced play.
Elhotova on the baseline.
No.
But she's just trying to keep her team in the game right now.
Yeah, but we need someone else to step up as well from USK Prague to support her point-wise.
And if you're Prague, you want to try to get something going here with with Brianna Stewart out of the game. Prince nowhere to go. Howard, look at this. Just poetry in motion on that one.
There's no defense pretty much. Again, another lax closeout for Alena Hanusheva. Again, we know that Natasha Howard is quick, and she's going to go into that penetration. She's not going to shoot the 3.
Harrison falls down. Howard has it.
We always say good defense brings the offense, and I think that's a great example right now how Dynamo Kursk is playing. Great defense brings them the opportunities offensively, and especially when the USK Prague is going to give them free possessions of not boxing them out.
Prince missed another one. Here's Howard. The ruling is it's going to be Kursk ball with 0.8 seconds left on the shot clock. So that's enough time to catch it and shoot it.
Yep. That must be a nice set play, let's say, out of bounds.
Maybe throw it up to the rim to Howard. She can get in there, but they're going to seal it. Jargai does catch it, and it rattles out. So they had a good look there. Now Oblak.
Oh, it was a hard screen, but good call.
Mondello thinking a foul was there. Should have been called on Thomas, and now an offensive foul.
This I always find kind of questionable, because obviously if the short player guards the big player and they just spin, they have the elbows in the level of their faces. So it would be nice to see a replay if she really moved the elbow off her body. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, that's almost unsportsmanlike there.
Yeah.
I think they might review that.
Call on the floor.
I think she's going to get an unsportsmanlike.
The play is under video review.
Because, well,
yeah, the elbows were
I'd be
too
awfully
far.
surprised if they don't call an unsportsmanlike. Here it is again. Bam. But if you look at it from the other angle, here it is right here.
Yeah.
Kind of cleared out, didn't she?
Yeah. This is.
But Mondello, funny enough, was actually thinking there should have been a foul called before that. Yeah, they've called the unsportsmanlike. So 2 shots and possession.
So biggest elbow in the face, unsportsman.
And now with Hekova complaining, this is more out of frustration. She's gone to sit down because she doesn't want to get a technical. But the video does not lie. Let's put it that way. That was an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, and you know, there's no questions, because these days we have the video to review. If we wouldn't, then obviously that's gonna keep us questioning it. But right now, the refs had enough tools and sources to go and check it. So
I mean, Hekova's like, she's got to try to get everything she can, but this game has gotten away now from Prague, and it's kind of like getting to the point of no return for them. So her reaction's understandable. She's still over there complaining. Jargai makes both. How many times do we see Jargai catch an elbow like that in her career? I mean, she gets up on people defensively, doesn't she? She is a pest.
She should thank her parents for the genes to be
iron jaw.
and how high she got, I would say. Oh, great.
Stewart back in the game and banks it in.
These two is just a pleasure to watch. They know about themselves so well on the course.
Yayi. And now foul called. And Hekova needs to be careful she doesn't get a technical foul called here.
Yeah, people can't see on the camera.
I think has he just called a technical?
Is it?
He might. I don't know if he gave her a warning or if he called the technical. I think he called a technical on Hekova because she was.
Yeah, she already got the warning, the position before. So, yeah, technical foul.
I'm not exactly sure what she's.
I think the refs has called a foul for her team, so really it's a given point right now to Dynamo Kursk. I'll be questioning if that was an intentional one as well, that the players didn't aim for ball, but who knows? Who knows?
Okay, anyway, well, final 12 seconds here, and Dynamo Kursk playing defense here on Prague. They have completely grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck here in the third quarter. And Elhotova's attempt off target. What does it say about Kursk? That, you know, they could be kind of out of sorts, flat, whatever you want to call it, in that first half, trailing for much of the first half, and now be leading with 10 minutes to go, up 20.
Yeah, but one of the coaches said before the Final Four that the magic of coaching is to I think it was even Lucas Mondel, to adapt to the situation of the game, to adapt the game plan. And I think at that timeouts and breaks we've seen, like, he probably spoke to his teammates about, like, they need to completely change, you know, and they did, because they started to improve their defense, and allowing USK Prague to run any fast break is easy to score quickly. And they started to run the break, so it's completely changed over, let's say, and we see different team of Dynamo Kursk on the floor right now.
Well, Kursk now 20 of 37, also 50 inside the arc, 15 of 19 at the free throw line.
Yep. And Dynamo Kursk as well started to feel the pain really well, because that's the only way USK Prague was attacking the middle of the paint, and they're struggling from the long range still, even though now we've seen that long distance shot from Katarzyna Elhotova. So I think it's a great game plan from Lucas Mondillo right now.
I think this is a classic case of Prague coming out, executing for much of the first half, giving themselves an opportunity to really, if not win this game, make it go to the wire, and just kind of losing their concentration late in that first half, and watching what I think it was a 4-point lead or a 6-point lead disappear, and to go to halftime trailing. Yeah, they led by 4 points, sorry. So that was their biggest lead, and then they ended up going to halftime trailing by 5, and they just haven't recovered from that.
Yeah, it could definitely be a key element of it as well, because you want to stay as close as possible to your opponent when you go to the changing rooms for the break. And that's what the USK Prague hasn't really done, because Dynamo Kursk was leading by 4 or 5. But I just think they basically, Dynamo Kursk just put the higher gear of their game right now, and they did improve the gaps they had to improve from the first half. And that was the stop transition offense of USK Prague, and start to really bit attack the basket as well, and run the floor. And that's what they've done so far, and brings them the fruits.
Ladies and gentlemen, 30 dance.
To Prague's credit, they kept the game close early. You know, after they went up by 7, and then Elhotova hit that 3 to cut it back to a 4-point game. And then it just kind of hung around that for a couple minutes. Prague had some opportunities. They just couldn't make any shots. And the next thing you know, Howard started to take over.
Yeah.
And they haven't really recovered from that. Now Stewart has it, and Howard challenges the glass. Oblak over to Elhotova. Elhotova, if she gets any daylight at all over there, she's going to put it up. But instead, it's going to be a Yayi. Well, that's a positive start to a potential comeback.
Yeah, and she has been a little bit flat in that third quarter, so it's really important for her to get back to the game, as she was contributing in the first half.
And ball goes out of bounds. Well, never say never. 17 points, the difference.
We've seen in basketball history changeovers and stuff, yes, so that's not over yet.
Oblak. Thomas kept it alive. Oblak tried to get it back to Thomas. Vidmar knew the pass was coming.
Yeah, that was a bit tough pass. Bounce pass on 1 meter here, as we can see.
And the pass into Harrison. Ayayi's just hit 1-3. She's going to put up again, and Stewart's going to block it. Oblak is going to get it, put it up. And another offensive rebound, Ayayi over to Harrison. And again, those are the types of shots they simply have to make if they're going to have any chance And the sheer perseverance on the offensive glass from Thomas gets her a trip to the free throw line.
It also reminds me the beginning of the game when Dynamo Kursk hasn't been boxing out the USK Prague's players, and they've been grabbing 3 offensive rebounds in a row. And so I think now the beginning of the fourth quarter, Dynamo Kursk needs to reset again their minds and know how they played at that third quarter. Great effort on the glass from Alicia Thomas and Isabel Harrison, and Aya as well.
So Thomas, 11 points. So her first point of the second half. And got an awkward looking free throw motion, doesn't she? She misses the second.
That must slipped off her hand.
Looks like she's in a little bit of pain, like she's taking a knock. So the deficit now 16. Good D by Oblak, almost forcing the turnover. And then Ajayi reaches in. Great effort by Prague. And they take it away. And it's going to lead almost to a layup. Ajayi passed it up and puts up the jumper, and the body language, the approach. They're saying right now, we're not giving up. So you don't give up on us, Prague fans. Look at that.
That comes to what you said. That's not over yet. We've seen these turnovers already completely the games from losing to winning. So Dynamo Kursk really need to reset and get back to their game.
Well, Ajayi's made a couple of plays.
Yep. And this is Final Four tournament. We can't expect any team to give up, no matter how big the margin is. This is the points from turnovers, 14-15, quite even.
So it was 20 at the end of, I think it was a 20-point deficit, wasn't it? Or was it 17?
Yes. No, I was 20.
So they cut it back to 14 in a minute and 45 seconds, and that was enough. That was enough for Mondello. You see the shooting numbers now. A little bit, another three-pointer. Just 2 of 10. You know, you get a couple of threes to fall.
Indeed, and a 6-0 run now for USK Prague.
Maybe you get it back to 10 points.
Yep.
You start to believe. I know.
You have to keep believing, Jeff, because
you're not looking at the scoreboard when you're playing, are you?
You don't. You just react to the game and you play your best you can until the last buzzer, because you really can't frustrate yourself with the margin on the board. Anything can happen.
Thomas definitely hurting a little bit with her right shoulder, you can see, and that probably was why that free throw looked so awkward. Here's Petrovic, passing it down low to Stewart. She goes to work. Oh, she forces it up and gets the foul called as well. Well, that's just a world-class finish, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even if she doesn't get the foul called, it's still a great finish by Stewart. So, 25 points. She'll got the assist to Petrovic. Fouls on Elhotova. And Harrison follows up, puts it up. And there's Ajayi, puts it up and in.
Another offensive board for USK Prague.
And if you're Prague right now, you can't be looking at the refs for calls. You just got to play.
USK Prague has 16 offensive boards so far, to 17 defensive. They have almost more offensive than defensive.
And I think that's a good call. I think Elhotova got her on the wrist, or got her on the just below the wrists, in fact. So that is 5 fouls on Elhotova. Elhotova is going to deprive Prague now of that Elhotova, but her sister is going to come into the game.
Yeah, Carolina. But we see right now, like, Dynamo Kursk is really hoarding the experienced players. Brianna Stewart, Sonja Petrovic. No matter who decides offensively to contribute, they've been successful the last couple of minutes. So that's the experience they have within their roster.
Petrovic goes out, replaced. And Oblak goes up, and this is where they're not quite. Frustration from Elhotova goes out of the game with 5 fouls. This is where, if you've got an opportunity, you got to get a 3-point play. Oblak is there for the layup. She gets the hit, and they've been in that situation so many times tonight.
Yeah, you want to make it. You want to make it because she got the hit after she shot the ball. So when she was in the air, so you're absolutely right. You want to grab every point you have been offered.
Gets it back to 15 points. Oblak, good D by her on Cruz. Offensive foul called on Vidmar. Well, I tell you, do not go anywhere, folks. 7 minutes remaining. 15-point deficit. Harrison. Elhotova. Yayi puts up a tough shot. Harrison there for the offensive rebound. Thomas back to Yayi. Good D by Kursk, and then Oblak fumbles it away. I think Jargai got a hand on it. And then good defense herself from Elhotova. And Stewart flirting with a foul there. The pass to Oblak in the corner, and, well, you've heard of a telegraph pass. That was kind of a telegraphed shot.
You would have said you
took a little
opened,
bit too long.
No, Brenna Stewart has hands everywhere. This is a great defense from Karolina Elhotova.
And then back to live action. Harrison couldn't pick it up. It gives it to Oblak. Thomas back to Ayayi. Great defense, not giving away anything easy, but Ayayi ends up putting it up and in and getting it back now to a 13-point deficit. Do not, folks, go away. Do not go to the kitchen to put the lasagna in the oven. You'll have to wait. We got something cooking right here. Possibly a comeback. No.
Beautiful.
Little back door. Somebody lost Stewart.
Yeah, a simple back screen and not being attentive defensively. That's what gives Brenna Stewart easy 2 points.
And, oh, what a move. 2 shots coming now for Thomas, fouled by Howard. Now, well, it'll be interesting to see how she fares this trip to the free throw line. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a bullish move.
Yeah. Almost trying to avoid to step on her defender on the floor.
So, technical has been called now on Mondello. Now, Oblak, I don't think, has missed a free throw all game. Interesting that it's going to be Ayayi that takes the free throw. And that's why.
She's on fire, you know, because she hit a couple shots. So she just took it because she fouled the shot.
Well, she had also made 4 free throws before that, all 4.
Yeah. And Alicia Thomas.
6 of 6.
She has been great, Alicia Thomas, great for USK Prague, but the free throws is definitely one kind of stats she's not excellent with. And we can still see the shoulder doesn't feel right.
No. And really, if you're a player like Thomas, and she knows this, that you're going to be driving to the basket as much as she does,
you need to make
and you're going to be getting fouled a lot, you're going to have to make your free throws.
Yeah.
So now fouling from behind Oblak, and the Chopin fans start to chant here, get ready for their game.
As this reaching from behind.
First personal.
14-point lead for Moscow. Excuse me, for Kursk.
We traveled again on the map.
Dynamo Moscow in my head, but it's Kursk.
Yes.
And now the pass up ahead to Elhotova. Good hustle from Harrison to get down. Good D, though, from Howard.
We can't really say that it was a little bit rushed offense, because that's what USK Prague has been playing all game, and they've been basically all season, and they've been brilliant in it. It's a shame that Isabel Harrison didn't score that points.
Yayi threw it right into the hands of Cruz, who hung back to play little D. Now Vidmar, and the ball goes off of Howard's hands, and now it's
now you have to question a little bit Dynamo Kursk. Why do they rush offensively? They leading in the game by 14 points. Why they don't stop the offense and just organize, play the time clock a little bit?
Yeah, just take it out.
Instead, there's a turnover. I know it has been kind of tempting, but now you have to play the clock as well and be smart.
Yayi, and just picked up her dribble, couldn't make the pass, but Harrison's hustle gets him the ball back with 1.7 seconds to go, and
you could almost see like she stayed isolated in that hustling for that ball. Look, everyone's coming back to defense. She is the one fighting for the ball and gave USK Prague 2 seconds position.
Oh, they got a good shot out of the inbounds, only 1.7, and I'll tell you what, she looked like her sister on that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure loads of people's gonna just thought that was Katarzyna Otar. No, this is Karolina Hotova, her sister.
Ball almost gets away from Petrovic. She's got it back now. No need to foul. Shot clock about to expire. Cruz hands it off, and they fouled right at the end of the shot clock, incredibly.
Wow. That was because Isabel Harrison had no idea about
if they looked at it, if they would see that the foul came after the shot clock expired. And that's what they're going to look at, to see if the foul came after the shot clock had gone off. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to look at it.
This is just amazing that we have this opportunity in these games.
I think it's close. I really do.
Let's see again. There will be no question about this, as refs using this resource they have.
Checking on the shot clock of this foul. Top of the floor was foul.
Dynamo Kursk not able to put the game away yet. Yeah, they're going to call the foul. You could see at the other end, the lighting on the backboard did not go out here. This end here as well.
I think it was like 0.1.
And that's I had in my own mind that it was questionable, but that just tells you right there it is definitely.
That's even more shame for USK Prague, considering that it was 0.1, and it could have brought them a normal possession without giving Natasha Howard these 2 foul shots.
Howard makes the first one. She's the player of the game for me.
The second half, yes.
And that sounds crazy when you consider how good Petrovic has played, and also how well Petrovic has played and how well Stewart has played in terms of points.
But didn't we speak about it?
I think she just made the key plays when they really turned it on.
When they needed it in the third quarter, yeah, absolutely. And we spoke about it before the game, that Dynamo Kursk will need someone else to contribute as well. And you're right, she really stepped up the third quarter. Whoa.
Unsportsmanlike on Oblak, and that was true. She was not playing the ball. She was holding Stewart back. Watch this. Great play there, and then she wasn't playing the ball.
It was just about the intention to hold the player.
This could just about do it. So 28 points and 4 rebounds. Howard has 19 points and 10 rebounds. 5 blocks as well. Picks up her triple. Over to Cruz. Good D from Prague to limit the damage, that time down the floor.
Yeah, shame Prince didn't hit Anna Cruz lifting up right away for that open shot. USK Prague needs to start to look for quick early offenses to try to decrease the margin in the score.
Well, Alhotova put it up quickly there, and looked to me like Prince might have been barged out of bounds.
One thing you don't want as a player of Dynamo Kursk is to commit turnovers right now at this stage of the game.
Is this?
And this,
well, I don't know, actually. I think that was pretty good defense.
yeah, it was a pretty good one. And you don't go to the corner of your backcourt like there's just so many risks to turn the ball over.
I thought at first it looked like she was pushed out of bounds, but on the replay, the referee got it right. Here's Howard. Thomas almost able to take that ball, intercept it. And now Stewart, another jumper. Alhotova quickly up the floor.
Yeah, they have to. If they want to decrease the margin, they have to, but not offensive fouls in the screens.
And the push. And
right now, Dynamo Kursk won't be in rushing their offense. This is the tough call, let's say.
Yeah, tough call. Here's Cruz. Drives in, misses. Oh, boy. Ayayi just handed it off. And somehow Kursk failed to score. It's a couple of times where Ayayi has been kind of lazy with her pass after a rebound and turned it over. Look at this.
I think they're looking now. Yeah. Oh, they're looking if Ana Cruz has caught the ball out of bounds right now, and that's the catch.
Look at Harrison. Harrison takes no prisoners out there. Boxing out on Howard. And this time a foul called on Cruz.
Yep. Fourth personal foul. Yep.
A lot of scrapping going on out there. Well, 1:58 to go, down 16. Oblak at the line, and she's done a great job there. And you have to say, you know, Prague are going to look back on this, unless they pull off a miracle comeback here, and just really think, you know what, we could not have had a better start to this game.
I would
in
say
that first half.
All they will say is
just that last few minutes got away from them.
Yeah, I would say they will probably say we could have had better third quarter, and we could have easily bring this game to the winning end.
Yeah, they'll look back and see different areas where really they just didn't execute. You know, and you got to tip your hat to Dynamo Kursk. And now the turnover. Alhotova drives in, gets swatted. Harrison followed down, puts it up, gets him blocked by the rim, puts it up again and misses.
Yeah. Now Dynamo Kursk just gonna bring the ball and play a long shot clock, 24 seconds offense.
So it's going to be Kursk. Unless something incredible happened here, getting into the final. Stewart rings up another three, wide open.
What incredible is going to happen is another great performance of Brianna Stewart, let's say.
32 points?
Yes, that's just incredible performance considering semi-final of the Final Four of EuroLeague.
And Thomas scores for Prague. Well, they weren't really in their rhythm in the first half. They seemed to lack any type of impetus or something. They just didn't see themselves. But they've still come out and put away this Prague team that had their moments, had its moments, but in the end did not capitalize on that good early start.
Yeah, and at this level of the basketball, you can't really have any weak quarter and expect to win the game, especially against a strong team of Dynamo Kursk. And we see that the third quarter, USK Prague has lost 9-24, which is like a 15 points difference in one quarter. And I think that has been definitely a key element of this game, key time of the game, where USK Prague has lost the rhythm and the control of the game they've had in the first half.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Dynamo Kursk, I think they're going to have to play better in the final if they're going to want to win this. Because an Ekaterinburg or a Chopin could punish them.
Yeah, I can only agree. And
Howard with a 3.
I was just about to say that Dynamo Kursk basically had 3 players today really showing us outstanding performance, and that's Sonja Petrovic, Natasha Howard, and Brianna Stewart. And I think for the final they will need someone from backcourt to contribute as well.
Well, that's it, folks. In the end, it was Dynamo Kursk rolling to an 84-67 win over USK Prague. Prague just couldn't overcome, they struggled to put the ball in the basket at times. Kind of a frustrating end for them. And I wouldn't even say that Lucas Mondello is really that happy with Dynamo Kursk, but his team has won it 84-67. And they will wait to play the winner of the next game between UNC Ekaterinburg and Chopin. Okay, now they're happy. Look.
They must be happy. Come on, they just got into finals of EuroLeague Final Four. So has a smile on Sonja Petrovic's face. She knows she played a great game tonight.
I mean, let's be honest. You can have an off night, which it seemed kind of like Kursk were having. But if you have players of the ilk of Howard and especially Stewart, they're going to make up for a lot of poor play just because of their God-given natural ability, the hard work. I mean, they're just superlative players, both of them.
Yeah.
And also Petrovic came out and really showed what she was made of today. You talked about her being an X factor. Well, that X factor had scored 20 points in the end.
Yeah, and exactly. It wasn't just Brianna Stewart in today's game, no matter how brilliant her performance was in this game, but it was also Sonja Petrovic, also Natasha Howard, and that makes a huge difference when you can win the games with 3 top performances in the game.
Kursk had Marta Jargais for 4 points. Otherwise, from a point standpoint, it was all about Howard. It was all about Petrovic and Stewart.
Yeah, and
they scored all the points.
And considering that Dynamo Kursk has lost on the board by 10, that's quite crazy as well.
Okay, well, that's it, folks. 84-67. I'm going to turn it over to Teresa. We'll be getting ready for the second game.
Yeah, so back to the stats. I said, considering that Dynamo Kursk has lost the boards against the USK Prague by 10, no question about that. Dynamo Kursk has really brought this game to the end with that astonishing, amazing third quarter, beating USK Prague 24-9, and that definitely has been a key factor. Here we see a couple stats. USK Prague only 36% from the field. They were really struggling from the long range distance. This confirms my words about the rebounds. 10 less than USK Prague, but if you have Sonja Petrovic, Brianna Stewart, and Natasha Howard adding to it, that's just a